Hey everybody, and welcome to Meals with Melissa, where we make some healthier versions of things that you really love to have and just don't really want the downside of eating processed, sugar-filled food. So today, of course, it's gotten cold outside. I don't know what happened to fall, but it didn't really happen. We kind of just went from summer and long days and beautiful and hot to, oh my word, I'm freezing. So I decided, one of those things that I love during this time of year is I love a cup of hot cocoa. Problem being is I can't usually have it, at least not on a regular basis, when it's full of sugar. So this is a great alternative. It is not that difficult. It's sugar-free. I mean, how awesome is that? So you can have things that you love. You just have to find a healthier version and way that works for you. I've tried this. It's awesome. You're not going to miss the sugar because, I like to use liquid stevia. Now, I find this locally at my grocery store. This is actually Walmart, which is not my favorite grocery store, I'll be honest. But for $2.74, it's a pretty decent option. This one is just a sweetener. It doesn't have any extra flavors. I like to put the caramel one in my coffee, but I tend to get those on Amazon. So right now what I'm doing is super simple recipe, guys. It is 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. We use a lot of almond milk here. That's why I buy it in the gallon version. And I've got that in my pan already heating up because it takes a sec. And then I've added to that 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So realize this is not fat-free, and we don't want to be fat-free. We need good fats in our diet in order to stay healthy. So keep that in mind, that most of us are trying to do a little more low carb, but we gotta replace those with healthy fats, otherwise we're not getting enough nutrition. Now, what I find fascinating is that if you listen long enough, you're gonna find lots of contradictions on how we should be eating. You're gonna hear, no, we should be eating low carb but high fat. And then we hear, yeah, but now you gotta eat low protein. You know what, everybody's different and their goals are different. You can't just say that there's a one size fits all. It does not work. Working with any of my clients, I don't cookie cutter anything, because I know everybody's bodies are different, their genetics are different, their background, their social life is different. I get it. So keep in mind that I don't do it that way. I just tend to find, my goal is to find people, help them find their groove faster. That's my goal. So I'm heating this up. I'm also going to use my Ninja today. It's really important that these get, I can't even speak. It's definitely a Sunday. It's just time for a nap, right? It's important that this gets mixed really well, or it will actually be clumpy. I've already had an experience where, because the recipe itself says put the dry mix first, put the cocoa powder and that stuff in first, and honestly all it does is it clumps at the bottom. So we're gonna put the mixture of the liquids in first and then add those to it. So turning this off because it is starting to boil, and honestly you're just waiting until it just starts to bubble, and then we're gonna put it in my Ninja cup. Now we have the small one because we do a lot of individual stuff. I do have a bigger Ninja if I'm making family versions of something, but for the most part this works out really well for what I need. All right, so I've put the 2 tablespoons of heavy cream and the 1 cup of the unsweetened almond milk in there. And to that, I'm going to add, now honestly, you probably don't even need this much cocoa. This is unsweetened Dutch processed cocoa. So it works great. Now realize there's gonna be a little tiny bit of carbs in it, but there is no sugar. So that works for me. So it calls for 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa. I'm actually just gonna do 1 tablespoon. I find that that's actually enough. Plus I'm adding a couple other flavors in there, believe it or not. So I'm just gonna do 1 tablespoon of the cocoa powder. Again, I'm putting it on top of my liquid mixture so that it mixes a little bit better. And to that, I'm going to add some cinnamon. Yeah, you know what, this time of year, I'm cool with it. And you know what, y'all can tell me what you think about the fact that I am totally a pumpkin spice girl. Don't really care what you think about that, by the way. So I'm gonna add a dash or so of cinnamon. Then I'm also gonna add just a pinch of salt, because what that does is it kind of counterbalances the sweet. Now that I eat very clean, and I've done that for multiple years now, sometimes really sweet is just way too sweet, which I find fascinating. And maybe it's my taste buds are getting a little bit older, but I tend to like the juxtaposition of a little bit of salt with the sweet. So kind of like salted caramel is amazing. So I'm just gonna add just a pinch of salt. And then to that, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid stevia. Honestly, it's just to taste. So remember that this is way sweeter than sugar. it doesn't take, you don't even need remotely the same amount. So I'm just gonna give a little bit, that's probably plenty, okay? Then I'm gonna mix this in my, put my lid on my Ninja. Now it says to blend it till it's frothy, however long you think. I just want it mixed really, really well. I have already tried this. Like I said, it is amazing. And the fact that it's sugar-free, that just makes it even better. So I'm gonna mix it for a sec with my Ninja. Man, this poor thing gets used and abused, I'm just saying. Oh, heck yeah, it just looks chocolatey. Now, you could actually add some extra flavors to this if you wanted to. I buy liquid stevia in multiple flavors. My favorite is the caramel, but we also get the vanilla. If you go on Amazon, there's actually, I like the little ones, I can't remember the name of it, Sweet Shop or something like that, or Sweet something or other. But they have multiple flavors. You could actually add some different flavors to this with that. You could also add a little bit of extract, like peppermint extract, if you're feeling Christmassy already. I know it's coming really fast. But yeah, or you could even use vanilla unsweetened almond milk. You can actually use any sort of nut milk that you choose to. Not a big fan of soy personally, because it kind of messes with your hormones a little bit, but you know, we use a lot of almond milk at my house. It works great, but if you're allergic to that, there are other alternatives. So, yep, that's it. That's all it takes. Let me get out my mug. Oh, you could also, if you wanted a little bit of whipped cream and you can handle it with your macros, you could mix up some heavy whipping cream with a little bit more of the liquid stevia and put it right on top like you're having the real thing. And it really doesn't taste any different. Now, that being said, if you are somebody who consumes a lot of regular sugar, it is gonna be a little weird for you because stevia does have a little bit of a different taste. I've really tried recently to stay away from erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol. I don't like the aftertaste of that. It comes in Swerve and Pure and a lot of the granular sugar substitutes. But I'm totally used to the stevia. I prefer it at this point over sucralose. It's just kind of, it just takes some time to get used to. Put it in my mug. It's warm. Oh my. Of course, I'm the one that will probably burn her tongue on this. Oh, dang. That's perfect. So there you go, guys. You can have your hot chocolate. It still works out. You just have to find a better way to make it. So have an incredible day, you guys. Please leave comments below if you have questions. I'm going to turn around really quick. I promise I'm going to post the recipe. I know sometimes I forget. Life's a little crazy right now. A couple of things really quick. We have some upcoming shows in the NPC in the Pacific Northwest. I have people at almost all of them. So on October 19th in Spokane, Washington, there is the Night of Champions. If you are local to us and you want to come and cheer for us, you know what? It's so fun. It's so interesting. If you've never been to a bodybuilding competition, actually it's kind of fun, even if that's something that you personally would never do. November 2nd, there is one in Boise, Idaho, and then on November 9th is Shelton, Washington. So hope to see you there, you guys. And don't forget too, if you have a question or if there's a great recipe you'd like us to try, definitely drop me a message on Facebook Messenger because we would like to try it too. Have an incredible day, you guys. Bye now.